Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet?
I love people as I meet them one by one. People are just wonderful as individuals. You see the whole...
My great aspiration, my greatest ambition is to be so good. Now, in that way, I'm tiresome, as I suppose, to live with, because I want to be a fantastic human being.
I am the greatest.
We're not disputing that, Cassius, but how does Sonny Liston feel about it?
He can't feel but one way, and that's take everything I say and like it. Because February the 25th, I'm going to take back my job. I'm the champ. He's no champ. He's a tramp.
When you see men fall, don't laugh. Learn. Learn. Because you're on your way up. And the things that tempt people to fall, you and I are not free from that temptation.
If I'm a one-hit wonder, at least I got one, huh? At least I got something, really ain't me. The beat bumping, one song could change lives. Let's see something, one joke could save lives. We gon' keep coming, keep functioning, something out of nothing. Ball-wise, I'm top 300, get your favorite artist. I'll chop it up with mutton if they haters. Your votes could be bludgeon if they for real. We getting money, so check BS minus Negroes, cutting everything authentic. Stupid shit I did it, punishing myself like my mom prison. No questions, no tea, not lifting. One time for tea, being broke wasn't living. One hit wonder, at least I got.
What's the word? What's the word? What's the word? How y'all feeling, man? Happy Thursday, peace and blessings, glory, praise, and honor to the Most High. We are alive. We are well. We are in good shape, good condition, good format. I hope all is well. I hope you've been eating your Wheaties. I hope the week has been treating you right. I hope you've been treating yourself right, most importantly. Shout out to my poets, my writers, my content creators. You know the drill, the vibe, the energy. Mikasa and Sukasa. Glad to have you here one more night. One more night. Yeah, we good, man. You see the title. You know what we're about to get into. Big ups to Rob, International Rob. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and give him his flowers right now.
Bang, bang.
He's the one responsible behind the intro. Salutes to him. Robin, all of y'all. You got me. Big ups and huge thank you to everybody who has subscribed to the channel over the last couple of weeks. I see the numbers. I see the interactions. I make it my business to respond to everybody. I might be late. I might respond right away. One thing we don't do over here is have biases. I show love where love is shown. That is what we do. We are not big-headed. We're not egocentric. We are not pillagers over here. We're not clip farming. We're not doing any of that. This is all about the community. I want to be about the community. Good versus evil, right versus wrong. There are no in-betweens. All right? We don't do the politics. And it's too many platforms right now that are operating under politics. But look, we're going to get into that. Right now, I want to address a subject that we've already gone over before, but this is a more updated version to what we've already seen I just want to give my 2 cents on it. And then I'm going to go back to the laboratory and continue to do what I love to do in the first place. I'll be right here. I'm going to bring a clip up. And it's about 3 minutes or so. I believe it's about 3 minutes. What I need you to do, hit that like button, share, repost, let the people know that we are live wherever you are. In fact, you see everything at the bottom. You want to support the channel. You already know how this algorithm thing works. We're going to chop it up. Tomorrow, we got some more stuff to get into, but that's neither here nor there. Let's get this up on the big screen, shall we? Mr. Combs, Mr. Combs, you, sir, represent a group of people all across the United States of America. Some people say you are being sacrificed because you did bad business. Some people are saying because you're a Black successful business owner, they want to destroy you. They want to make an example out of you because Black entrepreneurs are a threat to the rest of the world. We are not supposed to have the type of power and position that you have. And then others are saying, well, you're guilty. You are supposed to be behind bars longer than what they're allegedly about to give you. Many different emotions, different conversations. You've seen them. I've seen them. I've had them. I've hosted them. But let's hear what this young lady has to say about the current status of Sean Combs himself. If you have any comments, questions, leave them in the chat. I respond. I highlight them. If they make sense, I definitely are going to address it. But that being said, let's jump into the video, shall we?
3 months after being convicted on prostitution charges, Sean Diddy Combs will be sentenced by a federal judge. The music mogul has been in a New York prison for the last 13 months after a jury convicted him in July on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution under the Mann Act. The charge carries a maximum sentence of 10 years in prison. He was acquitted on the more serious charges of sex trafficking and racketeering. But attorneys tell me he likely won't get the maximum sentence.
My guess is that Diddy will probably get between 2 and 4 years. And the reason is this, it's his first time offense. This type of crime is a non-violent, consensual crime. And even though it has up to 10 years, I think the judge is going to take into consideration the fact that the prosecution largely lost on the bigger claims and were reduced down to these 2 prostitution claims. And the fact that there's no prior convictions.
I think he's going to get more than 14 months that the defense is recommending. The fact that Judge Subramanian didn't release him on bond when he was just convicted of the 2 Mann Act violations, which were by far and away the least serious charges.
How much time Diddy gets depends on a number of factors, including federal sentencing guidelines, whether or not he's been rehabilitated, and the nature of the crime he's been convicted of.
You know, Diddy's defense team is arguing, hey, he's a new man. He stopped drinking after 25 years. He's been teaching other inmates skills. He's been a model inmate. He has a different outtake on life. And he's a new man and he's going to do good things. Plus, he's already suffered. But certainly the prosecution is going to want as much time as possible. And to be very honest, they're going to try to overcompensate for the loss. They're going to try to overcompensate for not having been able to successfully prosecute him on RICO and sex trafficking. So they're going to go for probably even more than the 4 to 5 years they initially thought.
The judge in this case will get recommendations from prosecutors, defense attorneys, and the probation office, who has spent the last months conducting their own fact-finding on sentencing.
The judge oftentimes will go with probation's recommendation because they're considered a more neutral party. The U.S. probation officer will talk to family members. They'll want to know, okay, if this person is put on supervised release, if this person gets time served, what are they going to do out in the community? Do their family support? Do their financial support? What's their education? Obviously, Diddy is not your typical criminal defendant. He has almost unlimited financial means. He's got a lot of resources.
Ultimately, the judge will be the final decision maker, and he could very well sentence Diddy to time served, which means he could go home the same day. But once that sentence comes down, Diddy will likely still be on the road to appeal.
Alrighty. Mr. Combs might be coming home sooner than people think he is. So many questions. Do you think he's guilty of the charges that they dismissed? Doesn't matter if he was dismissed of those charges. Does his influence in this case have anything to do with those cases being dropped, those charges, I should say? What does life look like for him should he get a lesser sentence and they release him sooner than everyone expects? This is what I'm looking at. Whether or not he does the entire 11, or he does 4, or he only does a day and they let him out right then and there. The coverage alone is going to reopen an entire discussion amongst the people. Because, for one, there's people that's going to wonder, is he going to retaliate? Is there going to be a level of, I need a vendetta? I need to get back at folks who testified against me. I need some type of vengeance for everybody who spoke up and preyed on my downfall, who wanted me to be behind these bars, these cold bars. Is he coming out Love? Is he coming out Sean Combs? Is he coming out Puffy? Is he coming out as Diddy? Is he coming out as fucking Woozapaloo? The guru, the guy that they're saying rehabilitated himself inside the prison? Who is this person that's going to be released? That's one discussion that's going to be had. Another one that's going to be had. Is he going to be the same guy that ran Bad Boy? Is Bad Boy going to be a company anymore? Is it going to be a thing? Or is it done? Is that brand gone? Is it tarnished? You know, because a lot of men, especially in this genre, football, basketball, acting, once your name gets tarnished, it's hardly ever likely that you're going to be able to recover from the onslaught of media, the general public, your fans, your credibility. With all the stories that's come out on him, from him doing bad business with people, from him putting his hands on women, everybody has had their say and their own opinion. Now, me personally, everybody is redeemable. That might not be the most popular response. You might not even like hearing that, but everybody is redeemable. Murderers, rapists, extortionists, Trump, everybody is redeemable. Go back to the Bible. Paul was a murderer. It's not really up to us to decide whether or not this man has truly or will ever truly atone for the life that he lived before he went behind those prison walls. Hell, there's men and women out here that's been living free that never got caught for their criminal activities. They might go to their grave never dealing with the consequences of their cheating, their lying. There's people right now that have done some of the most insane things, probably worse or just as bad as him. They have never been confined to a prison. They might be dealing with their karma in a different way. Some people don't get immediate karma from the traditional ways that you think. Some folks think, oh, because you go to jail, that's automatically going to be your punishment and karma. Some people think that they can take matters into their own hands and go and kill somebody or set, like, you can't take matters into your own hands. When somebody sows a seed of discord, causes that ripple effect to run rampant all across the universe, they will ultimately reap what they've sown. It is a practice that has touched the lives of billions of people from the day we were born to the day we will die. And even after we die, you're still going to have to stand before the Creator and face up to everything that you have done on this earth if you've never repented for it. Sean Combs has lived 20 lives. He has lived our lives 5 times over. Good, bad, or indifferent. That is a fact. He has seen things that we will never see. He has shared experiences with people that we will never. He has had the chance to do things in this world that we will never do. But in the same breath, that man has absolutely destroyed lives. He's sabotaged people. He's done things that we will never, ever see. Real spill. That man has probably been responsible for so many fucked up things in this world that we can't even picture. Just like a lot of the people that walk up and down our streets freely. But guess what? We don't know that. We will never know it. And it's like this. When I initially covered this months back, everybody was talking about it. I was like, man, he's going to jail. He's not coming out. That man either going to get life or he's going to be in there for a very long time. I personally just want justice to have its say. I don't really care about human responses or if you are mad at him because this or this. Let the laws of life handle it. The laws of life, not the human interpretation of what that's supposed to look like. We get in the way of the Creator so much that he can't even do his perfect work. The perfect work of the one who gave us life cannot be expressed or explained or put in a box. The way that he will eliminate, separate, and deal with folks who do dirt to us, who hurt us, who steal from us, that can never be expressed more. Sean Combs is no different than every single human being on this earth. He's just somebody who has more money. And I have to humble myself a lot of times because the envy, and sometimes you'll get that brief, I kind of don't like the fact that people like you tend to always get this admiration and this love, and you get to walk away from stuff that a lot of us can't walk away from. We can't just sit up here and go into our phone and swipe and scan. Oh, problem solved. Your bills are gone. Your responsibilities are gone. Your troubles are gone. We just can't do that. We can't call somebody up on the phone or our car man. Hey, look, bro, I'll send you $50,000 if you make sure that this person right here never gets a commercial. They never get highlighted on nothing. Don't broadcast them. Don't give them no brand deal. I will pay you out of pocket to keep them from saying anything about the indiscretions that they seen or witnessed me. We can't do shit like that. Oh, book me a flight to Panama City. I have to humble myself sometimes, because like we sit up on the internet all day and we persecute and prosecute. Guilty, guilty, guilty. You're weird. You're fat. You're ugly. You're a liar. You don't know nothing about relationships. You don't know nothing about politics. Why are you in their business? Why are you doing this? The whole time we ain't no better than the people that we're going against or talking about. So it's like, all right, well, shit. If this man is guilty of the trafficking and all the other stuff that they said, you know what, my hands are tied. We didn't have enough to prove and provide the jury to give us the sentencing that we want. So we can't do nothing with it. For argument's sake, let's say he was really guilty. Well, how many people walking around us right now are guilty, but there's no jury around? They get to go on with their life months, weeks. Hell, sometimes that shit might get cut short. You really never know. The point I'm trying to make is we are a flawed group. We can only do but so much to make our country safe, our people safe. And as flawed as we are, that comes with a level of grace. Sometimes this shit is unfair. Shit, sometimes it's more unfair than it is fair. The privileges that people get just off of their brand name, off of how they dress and how they promote and advertise and how they know this person and know that person. It's all bull. But at the end of the day, the punishment that he will endure for his part in this life, no prison is going to be able to do what is necessary to give him that level of correction that we expect him to get. Jail can provide you safety. There's a good chance that you can put a monster behind bars and he never learned anything. There's people who would rather be in jail than be on the street. I don't know if anybody here has ever watched Belly. I just did a reaction video to it. I don't even remember if I posted this shit. The little kid from Belly that was sitting in the park talking to my man, and he had the gun. That brother went to jail and everything because his boy got into it with an officer. The officer shot his man, and he was defending his boy. He shot the cop. So he ended up in jail. But once he got out of jail, he ended up homeless. That man is on the street. I don't know if he's currently homeless right now, but that man is on the street, sleeping on trains and all type of shit. His upbringing was fucked up. Only reason I'm bringing that up is to say his response in this interview was, and I quote, the interviewer asked him, how does it feel to be homeless? He said, I feel better in jail. I would rather be in jail than be out here on the street. Different torture, different punishment. You can be a prisoner for 30 years. And when you get out of prison, you don't know what life is. You good, bro. There's people who have been in jail all their life. When they get home, when they get out, the world look completely different. They don't know what to do. They don't know where to start. They probably don't have no family, no friends. They coming back into this shit. Everything's moving fast. There's no structure. You got to figure this shit out. You got to make phone calls. You got to figure out who's going to accept you for being an inmate or former inmate. You got to deal with so much obstacle when you come from something that was just telling you when to go to bed and when to eat and when to shit and when to shower, how much time of you get to have light. The nigga Sean Combs, he already seen the world. He didn't already experience life. When he gets out, he's not going to have that problem. But what he's going to have to deal with for the rest of his life is every single thing that he has ever done to somebody that we don't even know about. That is not something he's going to be able to escape. I don't know how much time he's going to do. I know it ain't going to be a lot of it. That I do know for sure. Now, something else that I want to address. Will there be a Bad Boy Entertainment? Will we get back into Puffy and Mace 112? Will we get that type of music again? Will we get Sean Combs that was at the BET Awards, the Hip Hop Awards, the one that was dancing to everybody's videos? Are we going to get that same person again when he come back? Are we going to have people supporting that? Is anybody going to even want to be bothered with him once he returns? Are sponsors going to want to fund anything that he has going on? Is anyone going to be attached to his name once he gets out of jail? Most people's lives are destroyed. Let this have been anybody else that did what he did to Cassie, it would have been over. He's fortunate enough, to me, to have a group of people who live the way that he lives that's going to allow him to bypass some of the repercussions that come from all of the allegations that's on him. So while you got some people out here that can cheat on you and slap you around and shit, and they can blow up houses and do, they will get the book thrown at them. They will probably never find a job. Nobody's going to hire them. Your sponsors, gone. Your celebrity fans, they're not going to want to be attached to that. That shit going to hurt them. But we think this is a different breed. This is a whole entirely different system. And that industry is full of wicked people, full of evil, full of iniquity. Most of those folks, when he comes out, they will still support him. What's going on, SM? Diddy is going to lose a lot, but he's not going to lose everything. It's impossible. He has too many supporters. Even if you argue that he's going to lose money, which is true, he's not going to lose everything. He's going to still have certain people that are going to rally behind him. Facts. You're going to see commercials. You're going to see posts. You're going to see tweets. You're going to see video clippings. You're going to see folks getting up here and saying, "Hi, my name is such and such, and I just want you guys to back off of him. He's a rehabilitated man, and he has done everything in his power to prove that he is a better human being for everything that he has done. He is very apologetic, and he signed 1 million autographs, and you're going to see 20 people. You're going to see a whole shitload of folks saying, "Oh yeah, he's good. He's good. Y'all thought he was the bad guy. You thought he was the monster, but he wasn't. The court proved it. They let him out. He did his time. Let him move on." That's what they're going to say. No doubt about it. Your boy Jared from Subway, he's not coming home at all. No time soon. But your boy Diddy got the backing. He's going to have some people. I put you like this. Them same folks that's going to pretend like we don't fuck with them no more, they still going to fuck with them. You're just not going to know that they still associate with them, because that shit is going to look bad on them. So this is what I'm going to do. Quick recap. I will play this clip one more time for those who didn't get a chance to see it. Let's see here. Let me rewind it all the way back to the beginning.
3 months after being convicted on prostitution charges, Sean Diddy Combs will be sentenced by a federal judge. The music mogul has been in a New York prison for the last 13 months after a jury convicted him in July on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution under the Mann Act. The charge carries a maximum sentence of 10 years in prison. He was acquitted on the more serious charges of sex trafficking and racketeering. But attorneys tell me he likely won't get the maximum sentence.
My guess is that Diddy will probably get between 2 and 4 years. And the reason is this, it's his first time offense. This type of crime is a non-violent, consensual crime. And even though it has up to 10 years, I think the judge is going to take into consideration the fact that the prosecution largely lost on the bigger claims and were reduced down to these 2 prostitution claims. And the fact that there's no prior convictions.
I think he's going to get more than 14 months that the defense is recommending. The fact that Judge Subramanian didn't release him on bond when he was just convicted of the 2 Mann Act violations, which were by far and away the least serious charges.
How much time Diddy gets depends on a number of factors, including federal sentencing guidelines, whether or not he's been rehabilitated, and the nature of the crime he's been convicted of.
You know, Diddy's defense team is arguing, hey, he's a new man. He stopped drinking after 25 years. He's been teaching other inmates skills. He's been a model inmate. He has a different outtake on life. And he's a new man and he's going to do good things. Plus, he's already suffered. But certainly the prosecution is going to want as much time as possible. And to be very honest, they're going to try to overcompensate for the loss. They're going to try to overcompensate for not having been able to successfully prosecute him on RICO and sex trafficking. So they're going to go for probably even more than the 4 to 5 years they initially thought.
The judge in this case will get recommendations from prosecutors, defense attorneys, and the probation office, who has spent the last months conducting their own fact-finding on sentencing.
The judge oftentimes will go with probation's recommendation because they're considered a more neutral party. The U.S. probation officer will talk to family members. They'll want to know, okay, if this person is put on supervised release, if this person gets time served, what are they going to do out in the community? Do their family support? Do their financial support? What's their education? Obviously, Diddy is not your typical criminal defendant. He has almost unlimited financial means. He's got a lot of resources.
Ultimately, the judge will be the final decision maker, and he could very well sentence Diddy to time served, which means he could go home the same day. But once that sentence comes down, Diddy will likely still be on the road to appeal.
Yeah. So there you at. He does have a good chance at coming home. And that's why I asked the question, what's next for him? Because I can already see from my point of view, he's not going to suffer. His suffering is not going to come from public appeal. Like, I know we be wanting to see people really get their comeuppings, but like the real punishment, the real chastisement will not come from the court of law. Nah. Only time you can have the final say, his interactions, the people that he's hurt, the nightmares, the sobriety, the lack of opportunities that's going to be given to him. Even though he's not really going to suffer as much, but he's definitely going to endure a lot more than what you think. And I agree. Unless you're R. Kelly or Shine or C Murder or BG or somebody like that. Nah. And the difference between them and him, he has way more connections. No way he's staying in there. The better question is he going to be the same person that he was when he was in there when he comes out? So I highly doubt anything changed. If anything happens, he's not doing no more dirty work. They're watching him. He give them any reason to put him back behind bars, they will do it. Here's the other thing, because I was reading a comment that said the real reason why Sean Combs is behind bars is because of a horrible deal he made with Jewish people. Now, I'm not really too familiar with that. So if anybody else knows what that's about, fill me in. As far as I know, there's a combination of things that happen here. The main one is that man was living a demonic lifestyle, and that is what attracted him to the people that ultimately would be his downfall. Straight up. Do you honestly think that you can make a deal with Satan and live the way that you live without there being ramifications behind these nefarious contracts that you sign with these folks? You out here fucking other men, beating up on women, putting drugs in people's shit, extorting people, blackballing people, cutting people out of deals, treating your artists like crap, bribing people, like all of these little things, not to mention the Kim Porter situation, not to mention the things that we don't even know he's done. You think you can live like that forever and go untouched? That's impossible. Karma will come for you for stealing a pencil. Karma will come for you just because you lied on another person's name. Karma will come for you just because you said that you were going to do something and you didn't hold your end of the bargain. Every sin is equal in the eyes of the Lord. Nothing is here and here. They're all on the same playing field as far as he's concerned. Nobody's exempt. When he gets out, he's still going to have to deal with people that he did dirty. If he hasn't paid them off, he's still going to have to deal with them. If he did bad business, he's still going to have to deal with that. He's going to have to deal with the media. Folks are going to want to sit down with him. Question: who do you think is going to be the first person to have him on the show, to have that one-on-one? Who's going to be the first person to have an interview, a sit down with Sean Combs? You know it's happening. It's inevitable. Somebody is going to they're going to be handpicked. They're definitely going to be handpicked. It's going to be a huge media run. Pierce Morgan is going to talk about it. Candace Owens is going to talk about it. The vendor around the corner is going to talk about it. The truck driver is going to talk about it. But who's going to get the exclusive? Behind the scenes of Sean Combs. What was prison like? What did you do behind when you were in jail? What was your diet of? Did you exercise? Did you make friends in there? What type of conversations did you have? Did you write music? Did you have letters coming from your family and friends? Did you stay in contact with specific people? You know it's coming. And that's going to break the internet. Millions of people are going to watch that. Why? Because they are fascinated with the fact that it's a celebrity. Motherfuckers go to jail all the time. But not everybody is P. Diddy. I guess his experience in prison is that much more fascinating and interesting to the world than everybody else's. I'm curious. I want to know, is Shannon Sharpe going to get it? Candace going to get it? And on top of that, I want to know who's going to be the ones that inevitably speak up on his behalf. Shannon Sharpe. It was Shannon Sharpe that did the Cat Williams joint. If Shannon Sharpe does it, do you trust that interview? Do you think that interview is going to be 100? That interview is not going to be anything like Cat Williams' interview. I don't buy it. What Cat Williams did, he's not going to be able to get Sean to do that shit. Cat Williams was exposing people, including him. You think he gonna go on, unless he's going on there to try to clear his name or defend himself? I don't see that happening. Cat Williams was going in on Hollywood, on the music industry. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But this is so much here. It's like, we know he's guilty of things. Like, you gay, you homosexual. That's your business, sir. It's something about this particular person that bothers me. It's because it's like, they target specific men that have a certain voice, but it's like they all got something in common somehow, some way. Andrew Tate just was absolved of charges against him, but Diddy is something else because of who he's friends with and who he has connections to. So you got a part of the internet who was like, man, he just gay. All he did was a bunch of gay stuff. He beat the hell out of Cassie. But I guess we can just kind of let that slide. He a woman beater. We don't care. That happens. All right. He didn't traffic nobody though. He beat the shit out of a female, but he ain't traffic nobody. So we can give him a pass. You know, it's not a big deal. Women beater. We're accepting of it. Part of me is like they used him to help control the media. I think they used him in a way to help pay off people. I think they used him in a way to reach the black culture. I think they used him in a way to distract from other issues. I don't think that his imprisonment was merely just about the charges that were brought up against him. Maybe I watched too many movies, but it's almost as if let's say you put Louis Farrakhan in front of a camera, or you put TD Jakes in front of a camera. Take it easy, all right, SM? You put one of these public figures in front of a camera. You look at them and you think to yourself, well, he's a God-fearing man, or he has millions of people who support and follow him. So he's going to be a good guy. He's going to be somebody reliable to listen to. The whole time, they use him as a Trojan horse. They use him to infiltrate the enemy camp. And then they inject their poison into the community. Whatever that may branch off into. There's a lot of layers here. I don't expect him to do 4 years. I don't expect him to do 10 years. I don't expect him to do 11 years. That man has had conversations. He knows you in here. They're watching you. Everything that you do is designed with a purpose. You cannot fuck up while you're here. You're going to have to do right at all times, no matter what. So we can get you out of here. And also, while you're in here, I don't even think that man struggled a day in there. Personally, I don't think he went through any type of hell in there. You do know that there are prisons where shit is not torturous. There are literally prisons where people got it nice. These people live fucking good. You wouldn't even think they are in jail. You think they're in their own studio apartment. That's how nice some of these prisons are. But the social media platforms, they'll want you to think that man going through all type of shit. The only one that I can think of that's going through anything is R. Kelly. That motherfucker right there, he pleading and crying out, get me out of here. You ain't hearing no shit like that with him. R. Kelly fearing for his life. Tory Lanez fighting for his life. False allegations and all type of shit. Sean Combs ain't going through nothing in prison. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I stand corrected. I don't think he's going through a fucking thing there. I think he's cozy. I think he's comfortable. I think there were some conversations and he understood that he's going to have to do this. But I could be wrong as well. Because I'm at the point with the U.S. government and with the justice system where I just don't trust none of them anyway. I don't think they have the best intentions towards anybody that ain't in that top 1-2%. Seriously, I think everything is a setup. Everything's a smoke screen for something bigger, something uglier. That's why they pick and choose certain people to cover certain stories. And that's why the algorithm functions favorably for one person over the other because they need visibility on this thing. But you don't see them talking about the shit that I'm about to cover or the things that I've already spoken of. Tomorrow morning, 11:30 a.m., you'll see what I'm talking about. If you haven't even been a part of the Trey Reed story or the reaction video I did a few days ago about the elementary kid who got hung in the bathroom by a student or something. All of this shit is by design. He won't be in there long. He did his part. I don't believe he's going to be who he was before he got locked up. I believe though if anybody can do it, he's going to be one of the few who can do all the fucked up shit he did, come home, and nobody's going to care about it. Everybody just going to forget that he put his hands and feet on that boat. He gonna still be good like Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp fucked up too. But guess what? He ain't going nowhere. As much as y'all hate that he dealt with a younger woman and all, y'all still watching. So what's the difference with him? We don't even hold celebrities accountable for shit. We let them rock out however they want because they're rich and famous. And you be hoping you're going to get an autograph from them. And you be hoping that they're going to just show up for you when you need them. He's going to be good. I promise he's going to be straight. He ain't going to be like Shine when he come out. Shine and the other brother who was rapping like Biggie, he's not going to have that problem. Sean Kingston ass is about to do some time for the bullshit that he was doing. And his mom. Diddy ain't about to go through the same things as the rest of them. When he get out, he's going to have a house. He's going to have cars waiting on him. He's going to have jobs waiting on him. That man ain't about to sit there and wait in line for nothing. I'm waiting for Ellen DeGeneres to pop back up. Waiting for Jaguar Wright to pop back up. I'm waiting for Jennifer Lopez to pop back up. I'm waiting for all of them. They probably already got videos ready right now as we speak, ready to be uploaded to YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, all the places, ready to be dispersed to the public, so that y'all can have compassion and empathy for them. Yeah, you know how this shit works. But I digress. What do you think? Is he doing his entire sentence, or is he coming home early? Is life going to be better for him when he get out, or worse? Does anything about what surrounds his life change the general consensus of the industry, of the people that's involved in it? Does it have any effect on the culture, how you do business, how you look at these folks that you hold so near and dear to your hearts? Does it do anything for you? One way to find out. I hope and pray that he has changed. I don't wish bad on nobody. If you got a chance to make it right with God before you leave this earth, make it right with God before you leave this earth. Who am I to put a cap on somebody's redemption? That would be fucking absolutely ridiculous. I don't have the power to blot out sins, and I don't have the power to, nah. We'll see. Shout out to everybody, man, who pulled up this evening. I appreciate y'all for hanging out. Hold on, man.
Bang, 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 bang.
Tomorrow morning, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard. I don't know if anybody has seen this. I have a clip that I'm going to play. So there's a young boy in an elementary class, and it's his birthday. And the teacher sings a song, and it's triggering. I'm gonna tell you that. The shit is triggering. Very triggering. Especially coming from an adult. You're singing this to a little kid, a black child. Got people pissed, angry. People want answers. That's on tomorrow's agenda. So if you are following me, tap in, hit that bell so you don't forget when I go on. I want y'all opinion. I want to know how y'all feel about it. But we about to get up out of here, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of your evening. Questions, comments, concerns, how you feel about this particular story, leave them in the comment section. I'm out. Have a blessed Friday if I don't chop it up with you. Peace.
If I'm a one-hit wonder, at least I got one, huh? At least I got something, really ain't me. The beat bumping, one song could change lives. Let's see something, one joke could save lives. We gon' keep coming, keep functioning, something out of nothing. Ball-wise, I'm top 300. Get your favorite artist, I'll chop it up with mutton. If they haters, your ghost could be bludgeon. If they for real, we getting money. Subtract BS minus Negroes, cutting everything authentic. Stupid shit I did it, punishing myself like my mind prison. No questions, no tea, not lifted. One time for 10.